Creed 2 finds its new director. Woody Harrelson may be in the Sony Venom movie. And Disney did it. Their empire is growing. It is officially official. All here right now on your F-Word News Weekly Roundup. What's going on, guys? It has been a big week. A very big week for movies. Before we get to our top story, there's a couple other things that I want to get out of the way. For all you boxing fans, for all you Rocky fans, for all you Creed fans, Creed 2 has officially found its new director. And it's not Stallone. Although Stallone will be writing it with the showrunner from Luke Cage, they found a director in Steven Caple Jr. Now, I don't know him very well. I don't know who he is. I don't know the stuff he's done. I know he's primarily a producer, but this is actually a pretty bold move. Now, Coogler is still going to be an executive producer. He's wrapping up post-production on Black Panther, so he's a bit busy with that Marvel stuff, but he's still going to be overseeing. What does an executive producer do? A whole wide range of things. If you're Steven Spielberg, you show up for 20 minutes, give some ideas on what they should do, put this guy here instead of there, make a boatload of money, and get your name on the credits. But I would imagine that Ryan Coogler, being so attached to this project, is probably going to be a little bit more hands-on, guiding him along the way. Again, I think this is his very first directorial debut, and Creed 2 is a big deal because Creed was really well done. So there's a lot at stake here. But I think being able to give this to someone that's fresh and new and has a different take on the whole project might end up boding really well for it. A different set of eyes, someone that is passionate about the project. New ideas, fresh faces always helps a project. Woody Harrelson. For those of you who don't know who Woody Harrelson is, you clearly haven't been paying attention. He's in a lot of things. And now he's being tapped to co-star in the Sony Venom movie starring Tom Hardy, directed by Ruben Fleischer, who actually directed him in Zombieland, for those of you who are a fan of Zombieland. And this is pretty interesting because not only is Woody Harrelson a pretty kick-ass actor, he also plays roles that are very unique and very cool. They don't know who he's going to play, but I think anything that they put this guy in, it'll just be good. He's able to add that little bit of extra something to every movie. Adding talent never hurts in any way, shape, or form. Even if the movie's not that great, you have talented people, i.e. the Star Wars prequels, Ewan McGregor. He was the best part of them. We all know it. And this Sony Venom movie is actually shaping up to be pretty cool. Tom Hardy, who is notorious for being picky about the roles that he picks, picking this based on the script is a big deal. He's invested in it. Now Woody Harrelson possibly being in here, and Ruben Fleischer is a good director. I like the movies that he's done. So this movie is really moving along well, and it could be pretty kick-ass and badass, and I think adding Woody Harrelson will only make it better. Well, we talked about it last week. Disney and Fox. Disney and Fox, Disney and Fox. And it's official. In the second biggest merger to happen in Hollywood, I think the AOL Time Warner deal, that was about $110 billion. That was the biggest one. But this Disney Fox deal, at $52.4 billion. I said $60 billion last week. It's actually $52.4. So maybe they had a discount because what I was reading was $60 billion. That's still a lot of money. And they did it. There's a lot more than just X-Men and Fantastic Four characters that are coming in with this. There's a lot more than just Marvel characters coming back. They're getting their avatars. They're getting the Simpsons. They're getting Alien. They're getting all sorts of stuff. They also get, and it's official, the Batman TV rights. So that Gotham TV show is now under Disney. Well, conflict there, isn't it? Along with that, Supreme Leader Bob Iger will end up controlling the majority shares for Hulu. Disney already owns 30%. But now with this Fox deal, I don't exactly know the percentage that they had, but this bumps them up to be the majority shareholder in Hulu, which is funny because Disney wants to release their own streaming service. So it'll be interesting to see what happens because there's other companies that are involved in Hulu, and having Disney open up their own competing one when they own the majority shares of Hulu could very well throw things off in the balance. There's a lot going on with this deal. Now, a couple things that make people scared. Are they going to get rid of the R-rated Deadpool? No. They've already expressed that because it already has a built-in audience, they don't want to mess with it. They're going to keep going with it. However, it could affect the X-Men movies going forward. It could also affect the Gambit movie that I don't know who even cares about, because I know I certainly didn't care about it. It's affecting a lot of different things, and it could very well be good, and it could very well be bad. We won't know. It's also not going to happen right away. The deal has been struck. they've got to work on things. James Murdoch from Fox is obviously going to be overseeing the transition of assets over the next little bit. I think until 2021 was the last report I saw. So there are things that are still going to be slowly transitioning over. It's not going to happen overnight, but this is a big deal. This is huge for Disney. Fox is only going to have broadcasting rights for sports, which, I mean, sports is massive, but, you know, they're giving away a lot. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen to these universes going forward. I'm very happy that they're not going to be messing around with Deadpool, or so they say. This tweet from Ryan Reynolds was pretty awesome, because you know that would happen. And he's already having fun with it. One of the other stories, which will actually tie into this one, is Wolverine. The big thing that I was talking about before was I really hope that Hugh Jackman comes back, because he said he wouldn't play Wolverine unless he gets back into the MCU so he can be with everybody. But alas, that's not going to happen either. Unfortunately, we will have to say bye to our Hugh Jackman Wolverine. He's even said officially now that although he's excited, he believes that his ship has sailed, which breaks my heart. He will still always be Wolverine. I think he's the one character who's played the same, or the one actor who's played the same character the longest. We will always have one Wolverine, but he is excited to see somebody new coming into the fold. So although it sucks, I really wish he was going to stay on. It would have been awesome to see Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, mix it in with your Captain Americas and your Iron Mans, especially Hulk. Ugh, I think that would be amazing. But again, he's excited himself to see somebody else play Wolverine. I don't know who that would be. Long story short, people, this is a big deal. This is a massive, massive deal that has gone down in Hollywood. Second largest one, as I mentioned, at $52.4 billion. Damn, that's a lot of money. Going forward, it's going to be interesting. We might end up seeing most of these characters coming to life like we wish they did in the comics, where everyone's complaining, oh, it's not the same because we don't see everybody in there. In Civil War, there's only a few people. Rights, people. People own other things. And there was a time when Marvel was broke and they had to sell their stuff off, which is why Sony has their characters and why Fox had their characters. I believe New Line still has Blade and a couple others sprinkled around, and they're coming back home. It's only going to happen with a little help from the Empire. And as the Empire keeps growing, us down here will just be waiting. Guys, that was your News Weekly Roundup of your top stories. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking it out. Hope you're liking this. As you can see, we're kind of upgrading our editing a little bit, having some of these little pop-up things here for your viewing pleasure, because my face can only go so far. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, let us know what you think in the comments, and if there are any topics specifically you want us to talk about. You can email us at the fwordpodcast@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at the fwordsg. Check out more of our reviews coming up. Till next week, have a great weekend, and I am out.